All right, good morning, traders. Today is March 20, 2025. Thank you for being here. I want to thank everybody in Cyberland, Digital Land, Podcast Land. Thank you so much for seeing the value in my content. I love that. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. That helps inspire me to keep moving on and continue with my journey. Love that. All right. So my SPY pivot this morning is 566.30. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five are still in daily downtrends. All made higher highs and higher lows, closing over their traps but under their 17 EMAs. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute pinch. I'm just going to call it a 10-minute candle. It's a pinch. You got 3 EMA pinched right up on top of the 8 EMA. I'm just going to call it an uptrend. Tie goes to the runner, and we were running up going into that. Gold and silver, both in daily uptrends. Silver made a lower low and a lower high, but closed over the bullish trap over the 17. Gold made a new all-time high, no surprise there, high flyer. USO in a daily downtrend made a lower low and a lower high, closing over a trap but under the 17. UNG, another high flyer, made a higher high and a higher low, closing above a bearish trap over the rising 17 EMA. US dollar index still in a downtrend. Love that. Near the 103.40 areas where it closed yesterday. Max pain for the third day in a row is 565 with a put to call ratio of 1.6 puts to each call that expires today at 4:15. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, take a look at some charts here. Okay, we got a nice exhaustion candle right there. Okay, so I'm going to be long. Even though we might be under the pivot, but I'm still going to be long. All right, and my stop's going to go 50 cents below this low. Whatever that low is, might as well take a peek at it right now. 562.45. So 50 cents below that. 599.90. 591, excuse me, 561. All right, 561.95. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. All right, so there's SPY. 10-minute. You can see we got the pinch right here. I'm going to give the tie, goes to the runner. I'm going to give it a 10-minute uptrend. So I'm looking for green candle this morning. All right, something that is not a topping wick like this one right here. No topping wick. Is my voice wobbling, everybody? It is. All right. I'm going to pause the video and we're going to refresh. All right, we're back. All right, I'm going to pick up where we left off. We had what we call a 10-minute pinch over here. All right, not quite a downtrend, not really an uptrend, but I'm going to give it to the runner here. We were in an uptrend before, so I'm going to be looking for green candle. All right, but that green candle can't be a topping wick candle. All right, so see that got more wick than body and tail. All right, that tells me bears had more control in that candle. All right, than the bulls. So I don't want a candle where bears have more control. So that's not my candle. All right, I don't want a doji candle. All right, and I don't want a spinning top. This is a spinning top. Maybe a doji. Got some dojis in here. All right, but you can see right here, spinning top, like equal wick, equal tail. Okay, don't want any of that either. All right, because that doesn't fit my needs. I need to see bulls stepping in. That doesn't fit my needs. That's like equal bulls, equal bears. So that doesn't fit my needs. All right, so no dojis, no spinning tops. And of course, no red candles. Why? Because I want a candle where bulls are in control. All right, buyers are in control. So if it's a red candle, well, obviously buyers not in control, right? So we're going to pick a green candle. Again, no topping wicks. Okay, big topping wick candle. None of that. No little spinning tops. Big spinning top. Another spinning top right here. Okay, no spinning tops. All right, and no dojis. All right, so green candle this morning in continuation, even though we might be under the pivot. All right, because we got ourselves a nice exhaustion candle. Stop goes 50 cents below this low. All right, so there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. Okay, there's my trend lines. I'm going to just back out so you can see where they begin and where they start, where they begin and where they end. All right, so back out here. You can see this one starts from the all-time high and connects right here. Okay, makes a connection here and here. That's what popped us down yesterday. Okay, see that high? That's what we ran into. This daily downtrend candle. All right, downtrend trend line right there. Okay, so there it is on SPY. All right, and where does this one start? Right here at the 2025 low, and this one starts at the 2025 high. All right, so we got 2025 high up here, 2025 low down here. We're going to stick an anchored VWAP on both of those, all right, just to see where it plots out at. So we'll stick an anchored VWAP on that. All right, and then we're going to stick an anchored VWAP on this. Right, let's just do this one right here. Okay, so you can see we came into anchored VWAP low, and we bounced up, and we headed off for that trend line up there. Okay, now I think we're probably heading up to this anchored VWAP high up here, all right, which kind of coincides with, all right, see this valley low right here, okay? I got a hunch they're probably heading up in that direction. Okay, we got a valley low between two peaks right here. Okay, so that's usually a target. You can see I can draw it over. You can see 575 is probably going to be the number. All right, we'll see if we get there today. All right, it's looking good so far. All right, but I think we get there this week. If not this week, maybe next week. All right, but I think that's going to be my target for today, this 575 number. All right, everything's looking good. Yesterday was a nice green candle. Okay, so there's SPY. All right, I'm going to back out again, all right, or zoom in so you can see where those trend lines are and where those anchored VWAPs plot out at. Okay, so there's that on the 78-minute, all right? Now I'm going to clear both of those off, okay? Clear everything off, all right? And now we're looking for 2-hour chart. Like I said, we got a 2-hour uptrend going into the close. I'd like to see this 2-hour uptrend made a higher low. I'm looking for a higher high. That's not quite a higher high yet. It is, but not a significant higher high. Okay, I'd like to see it be about a whole candle. All right, so there's SPY on the 2-hour chart. On the daily chart, all right, price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, all right, under the falling 17 EMA right here, under the falling 17 EMA, all right, over the midpoint. Okay, let's take this off. We don't need that. Okay, heading up towards this 575 number. That's what I'm looking for. So that low is 575.35. I wouldn't doubt it if they spike it just to hit this anchored VWAP high up there. That high anchored VWAP that kind of plots out right now at about 576.64. So there's the daily chart, all right? Looking for price to move up to there sometime today, all right? maybe today, hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. Nice hold on the higher ground, moving up, holding the higher ground so far. All right, like to see us flip up there. We'll see what happens. So there's SPY on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, yep, we're still in a weekly downtrend. It's going to take a lot to repair this weekly downtrend. Okay, we're going to actually have to go take out the all-time high way up there. All right, either that or we have to produce a higher low and then a lower high and then come back and take out that high. All right, so in order for that to happen, all right, on the weekly chart. So a lot of work to be done here just to get us out of a weekly downtrend. It's just a label, but that's what it's going to take. All right, so back to the daily. Okay, you can see SPY down here yesterday, not in the upper third, so it's not bullish. All right, just neutral. Why? Because we move up, all right, and we give it up. All right, we move down and we give it up. So we're just neutral right here on SPY. Okay, let's take a look at QQQ. Actually, let's go visit the game plan before we head off to QQQ. All right, let's zoom in on this. And you can see right here on the game plan. All right, being because that's an exhaustion candle, I'm probably going to be bullish probably for the rest of the day until I see an exhaustion candle. All right, most likely going to be bullish for the whole day. All right, underneath this here, 564.50, I'm probably not going to trade that. All right, underneath 5.6, only because we've already had an exhaustion candle right here. All right, right into that 2025 low anchored VWAP. All right, exhaustion candle right into the target right there. So today, I'll be looking for price, all right, to break up over. See that small peak up there? 569.30, all right, and that will be a bullish green erases red entry, okay? But let me just say, if I get a 10-minute uptrend over VWAP and it starts down here or over here under the pivot, okay, I'm going to trade it all the way up to this 569.30 area and maybe beyond, all right? So if I get, because of this exhaustion candle, like I said, a 10-minute uptrend over VWAP, all right, I will trade it all the way up until it stops, 10-minute trend closes out. All right, so I'll be looking for a 10-minute trend, and it might be under VWAP. Under the pivot. It might be under the red line. It might be under the green line. I will trade that 10-minute uptrend up there and probably beyond. All right, after seeing this exhaustion candle right there. All right, I like 1 DTE or days till expiration Friday options. I like 8 days till expiration Friday options. I like Friday options because they got more open interest. Okay, and I like $2 to $5 out of the money. And I like out of the money because it costs me less and it offers less risk. But I give up some performance. Again, you want the best performing option. It's probably going to be the 0 DTE in the money option. That's pretty much going to give you a penny for penny performance there. Okay, so there's SPY on the 5-minute right there. All right, again, exhaustion candle. So I'm looking to get long. All right, we got a pullback low here. Hopefully they don't make a lower low. They may. If they do, that might be a buying opportunity and we can move our stop up to that. So there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ got a game plan as well. Again, just like SPY, exhaustion candle. Stop goes under that low, 50 cents below the low. All right, I'll be looking to get long on a 10-minute uptrend Even if it's under the red line, even if it's under the yellow line, even if it's under the green line, I'll be looking for a 10-minute uptrend over VWAP, all right? And I'll be probably trading that. I'm expecting price to rip back up here and take out this high that we made yesterday. All right, so there's QQQ on the 5-minute chart. Let's take a look at the daily chart for QQQ. All right, price action. You can see there's the all-time high. Pink line is the all-time high anchored VWAP. Price action yesterday, that's the green candle. Higher low, higher high. Closing over the trap under the falling 17. Everybody got a higher high and a higher low yesterday. Closing over a trap. Some of them bullish trap, some of them bearish trap. Closing over their traps, but under the falling 17s. Okay, so price action yesterday, not in the lower third, although it is this morning. Okay, price action is under the falling under the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's the pink line. Okay, under the falling 17, under the midpoint, just neutral right there because we closed up there. We'll see where we open up this morning. Right now, we pulled all the way back to the bottom of this body, actually to the bottom of the body right there. So we'll see where we go this morning. So there's QQQ on the daily chart. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM yesterday, again, like I said, everybody got a higher low and a higher high, closing over a trap, but under the falling 17. IWM under the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's the pink line. Under the uptrend line, that's the gold line. Under the dash, that's the midpoint, green dash line right through here is the midpoint, okay? Price action down here in the lower third, in the lower third, actually quadrant 1, that's bearish. You go up, you give it up, and more, that's bearish. There's IWM. Diamond Dow. All right, Diamond Dow, like I said, everybody got a higher high and a higher low. All right, closing under the 17, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's the pink line. Under the uptrend line, that's the gold line. Under the midpoint, that's the green dash. All right, actually over the midpoint right there. Remember, it's a green candle. We closed over the midpoint. Okay, price action, just neutral. All right, again, you move up, you give it up, that's just neutral. All right, so there's Diamond Dow on the daily chart. Let's take a look at our technicals, T2122. And you can see here's some price action for yesterday. All right, so we moved over to the right. All right, making a lower high, producing a lower low. If we come back here, we still got a higher low as compared to this low, this low, this low, and this low. All right, got a higher low as compared to bigger time frame. Price action then produces, right from here, produces higher high and higher low. All right, I'd like to see us, got the hiccups, back in the buy zone sometime today. We'll see what happens. This is T2122. We are in the buyer's chop zone and on the bullish side of the 50-yard line or the midpoint, midfield, all right, halfway point right there. You can see us on the bullish side of that halfway point. All right, that's bullish. Okay, T2123. Okay, we finally, all right, made an equal high yesterday. Actually, finally made a higher high. Okay, here's the high right there. Finally made a higher high at the end of day. All right, finally. Took all day to do it. Actually took 3 days to get it done. Okay, price action, just moving in hockey stick fashion. This would be the handle, that's the neck. This would be the hockey blade right there. Okay, price action, just moving to the right. All right, notice no V bottom happening here. Okay, see the V bottom right there? That's not happening for us. Okay, right now just a flat bearish flag. All right, something to make a note of, that is bearish. All right, price action under a falling 200 SMA, price action under a couple of prior all-time high anchored VWAPs, a couple of prior all-time highs, and underneath the all-time high, obviously, for underneath the 200 SMA. Okay, so price action is bullish in the aspect that we are consolidating, all right, over prior consolidation. Okay, this is bullish in the smaller time frame. Okay, consolidation over prior consolidation. That's a bullish environment. All right, see the consolidation through here. See consolidation over prior consolidation. That's a bullish environment. Now, can they do the same thing right up here? All right, we'll see. All right, if this continues, we'll continue to be bullish, all right, until they wreck one of these and start making lower lows. Right now, making higher lows and some higher highs right now. Taking them a while to get it done, but we're making some higher lows and some higher highs. That's T2123. Take that off. Let's fan out just a little bit here. Okay, you can see still underneath that falling 200. So on the smaller time frame, we're getting some bullish activity. On the larger time frame, this is bearish. This is a bear flag. We haven't changed anything yet. The daily trend is still in a downtrend. All right. Same goes for the 15-minute. All right, still in a downtrend. Okay, so there's T2123 15-minute chart. Now we take a look at 3-bar chart. Again, you got the same hockey stick dead cat bounce right here. Okay, nothing happening. All right, this is a bear flag caught underneath fading 200 SMA, underneath a couple of prior all-time highs. Okay, and underneath the all-time high. Again, you can see price action making a lower high, all right, which inspires the bears to make a lower low. That's T2123. A lot of work to be done in order to recover this. Got to start making higher highs. Okay, got to start filling gaps. All right, took them 3 days to make a higher high. Took them about 1 day, or actually 2 hours to make lower lows. All right, so you can see who's in charge. The bears are. All right, 3 days just to make a higher high. That's too long. All right, that's T2123. That's our 3-bar chart. All right, we're not filling any bearish gaps. Just barely made a higher high yesterday. Let's take a look at FNGA. Now we watch FNGA because it's got 10 of the most heavily weighted stocks in the QQQ securities, in the QQQs, and the SPY, all right? So this is what typically jerks the SPY around, jerks the NASDAQ around, all right? Because these 10 stocks have the ability, when they move as a pack, to jerk price or the index around whatever direction they're moving into, all right? So there's FNGA. Let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, price action for yesterday. Yesterday was the 19th. Okay, no gaps. All right, so we moved up. All right, made a lower high right here. It's a lower high. Made a higher low right here. Here's a low. We made a higher low. Then produced another higher high. Okay, right here. All right, and then maybe a higher low. We'll see. All right, price action up over. Hooking 200 SMA right here, okay, over the 200 SMA. Still, and if you look at this, we have a bear flag. Still underneath, falling all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, that's see the pink line right there? Still underneath that, underneath the 200 on the daily chart or the hourly chart right there. Okay, so price action down here in quadrant 3. All right, moving down but moving back up, can't hold the lower ground, that's neutral. Moving up, giving it up, that's also neutral. If they meander or wander or fade or whatever into the lower third, that's bearish. All right, right now, just neutral. That's FNGA. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors. Start off with the first sector. Let's start with some XLE. All right, here's our energy sector. Take a look at it on the daily chart. Okay, nice candle. Let me make sure I got the right one. Yesterday, it's this big green candle. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over the 17. Okay, look at this, over downtrend line 1. Okay, see the gold downtrend line, over downtrend line 1, over downtrend line 2. See the gold downtrend line there, over downtrend line 2. In the upper third, that's bullish, okay, making a higher high. Okay, so now converting the downtrend into an uptrend, making that higher high. Here's a high, they made a higher high. So there's XLE, all right? Got a little higher low and a higher high, now got an uptrend in XLE, all right? Over the midpoint, over the 12-month high, anchored VWAP right there. That's the pink line. What do we need them to do? We need to see price hold the higher ground, all right? Whenever we got price, we look for what is everything doing, all right? When price moves up and holds that higher ground, that's a bullish environment, okay? Price moves up, gives it up. As you can see, they've done many times here. Move up, give it up, move up, give it up, okay? That's just neutral, all right? You move up and you give it up and more, okay? That's bearish, all right? So right now, we're in an environment where we're moving up, making a higher high. The question is, are they going to give it up again? Or are they finally going to hold up here in the upper third, okay? Something we'll have to wait, watch, and see. XLE, all right? So that's a bullish environment where you can get price to move up and hold. Okay, let's take a look at UNG, all right? High flyer here. And try it one more time. UNG. All right, here's our daily candle on the daily chart with the quad lines. Okay, make sure I got the right one. Yeah. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, over, okay, that's a 12-month high anchored VWAP right there. That's the pink line, okay, over the dash, that's the midpoint, up here in quadrant 4, that's bullish and above the trend line. Let's put a little trend line in here. All right, let's just connect. All I do is connect the lows. That's it, nothing special. All right, got a low, all right. See down here, got a trend. We're above the trend line, above the 12-month high anchored VWAP, above the midpoint, quadrant 4, over the pliers top, looking to attack the tweezer tops over here, okay? That's what we're looking for. There's UNG on the daily chart. That's bullish. All right, let's take a look at USO. All right, USO not bullish. All right, price action. Make sure I got the right candle. Lower high, lower low. Okay, closing over a trap. All right, really a pinch. Okay, closing barely over this 3-year high anchored VWAP. See, 2022. Starts way back here over that 2020, that 3-year high anchored VWAP, okay, under the uptrend line, okay. I'm just going to say it's not in the lower third, all right, it's pretty darn close. It could probably be. I'm just going to call it neutral because they move up and they give it up. Well, they moved down and they gave it up. They couldn't hold the lower ground way down here, okay, but let me just say, any red candle below that, yeah, that's bearish on USO daily chart. All right, so price action, trying to hold on to this uptrend right there. Okay, so just neutral here on USO. All right, thanks, Alan. All right, let's take a peek at some precious metals. Gold, new all-time high, All right, enough said there. Don't really need to explain it or justify or defend my. It's an uptrend and it's bullish. It's making a new all-time high. If that's not bullish, what is? Right? SLV. All right, price action. Lower high, lower low, and closing inside the trap, the bullish trap, over the rising 17. Okay, that's the green dots over the rising 17. Over, this is a 12-year high anchored VWAP right here, over the 12-year high anchored VWAP. All-time highs up there around 48. Okay, silver. All right, up in quadrant 4, that's bullish. All right, quadrant 4 over the 12-year high anchored VWAP, that's bullish. Let's take a look at a few sectors and then we'll visit the economic package. SMH. All right, 4, SMH. This is our semiconductors. Okay, outside day, closing over the trap, but under the falling 17. Under the pink line, it's the all-time high anchored VWAP. Under the midpoint, no longer in the lower third, all right? It's just neutral. They move up, they give it up. They move down, they give it up. So just neutral through here for SMH. Now we go look at the cousin to the SMH, which is the XLK, all right? So here's XLK, price action, a little bit healthier than SMH. Here we got higher low, higher high, closing over the trap. That's good, all right? Under the uptrend line, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, under the falling 17, under the midpoint. So just neutral. Okay, they go up, they give it up. They go down, they give it up. Just neutral right here, XLK. All right, let's take a look at XLF. Financials, higher low, higher. Equal low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over a falling 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Up here in the upper third, that's bullish. Okay, so you can see where that is. Here's the quad lines up in quadrant 4 in the upper third, that's bullish. IYT. All right, in order to have a robust rally, we're going to need transports, financials, and technology semiconductors, okay? Right now, we don't have semiconductors or technology acting bullish, all right? We don't have transports acting bullish, all right? The only thing we got acting bullish is the financials, all right? That's all we got right now, all right? Things could turn around, but that's all we got right now. So here's IYT on the daily chart, kind of in a bear flag. Here's a high, move down, and now over to the right. Price action, this is transports, higher low, higher high, closing in a bearish trap, under a falling 17, under an uptrend line, that's the gold line, right through here, under the pink all-time high anchored VWAP, okay, there's the pink line way up there, all right, under the midpoint, down here in the lower third, that's bearish, producing a bear flag, making lower highs and lower lows, all right, or equal highs and lower lows. That is a downtrend. IYT is bearish down here in the lower third, all right, so that's IYT. Let's go visit the eco package. And we'll start off with the US dollar. Okay, dollar's still in a downtrend. Okay, we broke minor support right there. That's those two peaks. Wanted to break this low. Had we broke that low, okay, could have probably come down here and visited the breakup candle low down here somewhere. Okay, right now we're in a bear flag. I like that. Okay, we are making lower highs. Here's a high and lower lows. Okay, I like it when the dollar is in a downtrend and dollar's weak. Makes our goods and services more competitive in the foreign countries. Okay, let's take a look at max pain. All right, max pain for today, 565 for the third day in a row. This is for SPY options that expire today at 4:15. 565 for the third day in a row. Put the call ratio creeping up a little bit. $1.6, so about a little over one, a little under 1 2/3 puts. All right, to each call that expires today. Possible put squeeze on the table. All right, on the economic calendar for today. All right, we got jobless claims. Alan just shared those. Thank you, Alan. Jobless claims at 8:30. Philly Fed Manufacturing at 8:30 as well. Current account 8:30. Existing home sales at 10. Leading indicators at 10. A gas report at 10:30. All right. Tomorrow, quadruple witching. All right. Four different time frames of options expire tomorrow. All right, and we got a rig count at 1 o'clock. Okay, so really light day. We have to take a look at. I just want to look at the jobless claims. So jobless claims come in at the prior was 220,000. Prior revised popped up 1,000, so 221,000. All right, the consensus was 225,000. All right, we came in at 223,000, a little under consensus, inside the range. So actually, nothing really poor to report that should inspire the bulls. Nothing's really affecting the economy as far as any spikes in unemployment. All right, so that's looking good. That was a good number on that jobless claims. All right, let's take a look at the earnings calendar. All right, for today, we got Accenture is going to report this morning, 202 billion. PDD Holdings, 174 billion. They're going to report this morning. Tonight, Micron Technology, 113 billion. Nike, 108 billion. Little retail, little tech coming in tonight. All right, that's what happens. The rest of it, you can see Lennar and some other one. All right, FedEx. All right, some familiar names, but nothing that's really going to move the markets. Jabil, another familiar name. All right, Friday, what do we got? Just familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets, and it's the same thing for Monday. It doesn't look like it's going to populate for me. Oh, there it goes. All right, you can see Carnival, a familiar name. All right, two of them. All right, but not enough market cap there to move the markets. Okay, same thing on Monday. All right, some familiar names. Aklo, KB Home. All right, nothing there to move. Nothing there that's got enough market cap to move the markets. All right, so economic calendar, we did that. We did the dollar. We did the Max Payne. We're done. I'll take questions in the room. Yes, Jim, you did lose. You did lose me. I have the video recorded. All right, so I'll see you guys in 30 minutes, and I'll see if I can get reconnected here.